Exciting and new, the Love Boat. It's waiting for you. We are going to be on a Love Boat. We're going to make our own Love Boat. Shout out to Carnival. That's something Carnival. Sound like something Carnival would do.
Nah, Carnival would just be like...
Carnival
would do like an Are You the One or like a Love and Hip Hop.
That's what I'm saying. I put Carnival.
There's a difference between that and Love Boat. Love Boat is always a Princess Cruises. It's... Yeah. Love Boat... Carnival be a little ghetto. Be a little hood. Love and Hip Hop Carnival.
So welcome to the show. The Conversations with Crawleys.
All right. So yeah, we just jump into it. Listen, this is the Conversations with the Crawleys. My name's Kevin.
I'm Tarsha. And
we have conversations about everything that we want to have a conversation about, but primarily family, faith, relationships. This is all about recaps. And this is a recap, not really a recap. This is a reason why we won't be recapping the show.
Right.
Y'all, if you've been a fan of the channel, you might go back and see in the history, we tried to do The Bachelor.
Could do it.
I was like, no, we ain't doing that.
It was too vanilla.
We got our shows that we do. And so we were trying to incorporate a new show.
That's on what, CBS?
It's on CBS.
Yeah, right. It was like something on, I guess, was it national TV? Or
yeah, on national TV. Yes, on primetime.
Primetime.
So you know what to do. Already, we jumped into it, but hit the subscribe, hit the like, request notifications.
And share.
And we'll see you in the comments. And you'll find out why we could not do the real Love Boat. All right. So on this channel, we do relationship shows, right? That's one of the things we do. We do.
I feel like we're pretty good at it.
You know, we do our Put a Ring on It. We do Ready to Love.
Yeah.
We do Family or Fiance. We do Married at First Sight. So we've been, we're always looking for what other shows could we do that fit kind of us. Because here's the thing, important thing. It's got to be something we want to watch.
Right.
There's some shows.
You got to become fans.
Like, yeah, because there's some shows that are out there that's just like, it's not us. It's not who we are, right?
Like so Bell Collection.
Yeah. The Bell Collective. I was like,
You are the father, and you're not the father.
I don't understand.
I don't know what's going on there.
I think we watched half of one episode and was like, this isn't us. So we were like, okay, the real Love Boat. Now, we're Gen X. We grew up watching the Love Boat with Isaac.
Right.
Right. And Julie and the whole thing, right?
And Captain.
And it would come on right before Fantasy Island. So you had Friday nights, you had Love Boat, and then you had Fantasy Island.
And these are all actors.
Right.
So they would have different storylines because different families would come on that have their own problem.
Right.
And while they're on the cruise,
they rectify their love problems or their relationship problems.
Or their family problems. It gets so by the time they get off the boat, life is better.
It's 70s, 80s TV.
Correct.
Gotcha. So we were like, okay, they're doing a dating show on the Love Boat. Let's at least check it out. Let's see what's going on. And the premise of the show was basically like you have, 5 men, 5 women that are looking for love.
Correct.
In all the wrong places, looking for love. And they get on the boat, and it's an actual, cruise.
It's a cruise. Yeah, it's a cruise ship.
With the captain. The captain.
Captain.
You got the first officer, the purser, whatever. You've got the fake... Well, she's actually the bartender,
She's the bartender. A mixologist.
So, we're like, okay. So, you're meeting these people, and it's like...
Well, they continue to bring in the premise of the old show.
Yes.
So, but they're making the captain, the bartender, and the
purser, the first officer, whatever he was.
Yeah. As a part of the counseling, they counsel people, the couples or singles or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're supposed to give them dating advice.
Yeah.
And they have little activities. And at the end, someone has to choose someone. If they're not chosen, the next port, they have to get off.
Like they dropping you off in Athens, and
two Greek gods are getting on. Two different men are getting on, or 2 different women are getting on at the next port.
Right.
because then you have to decide, ooh, do I want something new?
Right.
Or keep the person I have for 4 days? Because it's only a 7-day cruise or something.
I don't know how long it is, but it's just like
every port, that's when people are getting on and off. So,
right.
Okay, so yeah, we didn't understand that part. So we're trying to watch it, but they're still trying to find ways to incorporate the old show, which is campy.
Campy is being generous.
Corny.
It was corny. It was just
overt. It was weird.
It was bad.
If you were a new person, you'd be like, what? I don't understand what the bartender, because the actor who played
Ted Lange, who played Isaac, yes.
Who played Isaac, he shows up. And these kids, I don't want to call them kids. I don't want to make myself feel old by calling the young adults
right.
that were on the show. When he shows up, they don't know who he is.
Although they pretend and act like, oh, Isaac from the original. I did the math. Listen, when that show went off,
they must have
kids,
they went on YouTube and saw it.
They must have gone on YouTube because when the original show went off, I don't know that these young men and women weren't born. They weren't born yet.
Right.
So and Love Boat, I don't think has ever really been big in syndication.
I don't think so.
I don't know if it comes on Nick at Night. I don't know.
It might come on Nick at late night.
But it's like
yeah.
So it's like I know that we're in an era for some things where we're resurrecting old shows, right? Like The Equalizer is an old show that was in the 80s that they revamped. They did the movie. So I recognize that we're redoing things, right?
But some things need to stay dead.
Just let it die.
Or don't put it like adding the dating show. I think it's just too much. Now, if you want to say that the people who work on the boat assisting them with love, okay.
Yeah.
Get it. It works together. But then they have hosts along with, and the host they picked
is Jerry O'Connell, whatever his name is, and his wife, Rebecca Romaine.
What did he play on?
I know he was on Stand By Me.
That's right.
He was when he was younger. He's done some other stuff.
He does a lot of. I remember most of his stuff when he was younger, like a teenager, though, right?
But he's been on, yeah. So he's still been active, right?
Yeah.
But it was, and he even camps it up. So it's just like,
oh yeah, he just makes it worse.
And then they do like they did like competitions, like a talent show,
and those weren't bad. The competitions weren't bad because they're kind of like any other dating show. Just to be honest. So some of the dating, like MTV or something, I feel like it's in that line, in that vein.
Okay.
If they get rid of the Love Boat kind of backdrop.
Yeah. So then the other thing we found out as if we can just be honest, we were debating whether or not we were going to even mention anything about this show. That's just how bad it was, right? But I was, scrolling across and found out that, okay, they were actually filming this on an actual cruise. And people that were on the cruise who had paid money because they needed a vacation, because they were celebrating anniversaries, whatever it might be, they were like, they didn't tell us that we were going to have this show being filmed. And so parts of their cruise were interrupted because they couldn't go into certain areas because they were filming. They had to be quiet at certain times and then stuff like that. So it's just like, yeah, y'all, CBS or whoever decided to produce it, y'all overstepped on that. It just wasn't.
Right. Or like I was telling you, I said what they should have did was tell them like, okay, maybe 30 days out or something like, hey, you booked this cruise. We are going to have production for a up-and-coming show. They didn't have to mention who the show is, just an up-and-coming show. And we're going to give a discount because at certain points and times, we're going to have to close certain areas because there's a production team on board. Yeah. Because I'm not paying, because we're going on a cruise, and these cruises per individual per room can go up to $1,800, $1,200.
You getting everything, yeah.
Right. So it's pretty high because I know when we look at Prances.
This is a Mediterranean cruise.
This is a Mediterranean cruise.
So this isn't like just running down the Ensenada and running right back.
Right.
This isn't just going down like across New Orleans, going over to Florida and coming back. No.
This is a nice, probably 7 to 12 day cruise.
Yeah.
So I'll be hot too.
Yeah.
And I was like, some of the people you saw, I thought they were extras. And then when you told me that they were actually on an actual cruise, I was like, did they get these people's consent?
Yeah.
Because you don't know who them people on a cruise with if they said they were supposed to be somewhere else or with somebody else. And then I was like, isn't that Bob? And who's he with?
Why is Bob with his neighbor on the cruise? What? So, needless to say.
Now the contestants were cute. I think they were nice. They were looking for love, so bless their hearts.
Bless their heart.
Bless their hearts.
Hey, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And they got a cruise out of it. Free cruise. At least.
Again.
Depending on how many ports they made.
Bless their hearts. So, needless to say, we're always looking for new shows and new things to have conversations about. This ain't it. So, this is the only thing you'll see regarding The Real Love Boat, unless some other thing breaks out about it. But this is not a show for us, and we won't be watching it. And from the ratings, I don't think a lot of people are going to be watching it anyway. So
did they get bad ratings?
they did not have a lot of people watch it. We were probably one of like 3 people watching.
Shut up.
So we contributed to like 50% of their ratings right in our household.
I don't know. Maybe they were trying to get 2 generations of people to watch at the same time.
It might have been. Maybe somebody in the nursing home was watching.
Shut up.
Reminded himself.
Up.
I remember this episode.
Oh, where's Isaac? Oh, this is...
So,
there
all
it
right.
is.
That's it for this one. We'll see y'all next time. Have a great one. Be blessed.